Champ, you want to sing for everybody? Come on, buddy. Let's see. I would have quit you long ago, but I couldn't do that. Oh, tell me now, women and wine never went too well. Make a man crazy, make him cold as hell. I know, woman, that you wish me well, but in spite of your trying, still gonna have to find way through. Good doggy. Is that an AI dog? In a westerly direction, this car is my train. I've been driving, I've been wondering what it is I'm running from again. I feel like an 80-year-old man holding on to 29. And up ahead on that horizon is a California line. All right, that's enough. Enough driving me crazy. That's a good dog. That's a good singing dog. That's Champ the singing dog. If you haven't seen Champ the singing dog before, he's a good one. Here, I'll show you Champ the singing dog. Champy, say hi to everyone. Say hi. Hey, boy. You boy? He looks like the RCA dog. So it's appropriate that he sings. RCA was a company that made stereo equipment for old people. If there's any youngsters in here, stereo equipment was what you played music on before you listened to it in your AirPods on your phone. Oh, welcome everybody. What day is today? Monday? Happy Monday? TGIM. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab and mediocre singing competition. Thank God I have the dog to back me up, you know? No one judges a dog singing. Oh, it's funny. I went through a stage where I was trying to get some reality shows produced. I got close to one. And so I have this friend who's a showrunner, someone who can get this shit done. So I had this idea for a show, and it was, what was it called? Something like Dream on Hold or Dream Put on Hold. But basically, it was about old guys like me that that, you know, made a sacrifice in their life, raised a family, went and got a job, and then, you know, kids left the house and they decided to pursue their dreams as a musician or whatever it was. And so it would be a reality show where, you know, these it would be like a voice competition kind of show where these old guys and gals would Dreams on Hold, I think it was called. And so I call up my buddy John, who's a showrunner, and I'm like, so I got this show. And so I pitch him the idea. He was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I pitched that one a few years back. I said, he goes, guess why they didn't buy it? And I said, because no one would give a shit. And he goes, exactly. Are all the potatoes peeled? The potatoes are peeled, boiled, mashed, and eaten. It was done. Done, and done. The potatoes were tasty. We did so we had some friends over that came over around Thanksgiving, and they're vegetarians. So we put our turkey on hold until tonight. We had our turkey tonight. So we did mashed potatoes and stuffing and mashed potatoes, and it was tasty. It was good, but I'm very full. So I'm a little tryptophaned out, so I'm going to be like, a little punch drunk. So the coffee's going to do its job tonight. All right, so we'll get started here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Do me a favor, if you would, share the live so we can let people know we're here. Tap the screen, pretend like you like it. I know I haven't done shit yet. Well, you got the singing dog, right? You got to see the cute dog. You got to hear him sing and see him for a little minute there. And then we'll get started. We'll dig in. I got a couple of things to show. So now it's hours later. Oh, okay. If you have any questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer those. I do get behind. I tend to go down little rabbit holes, but I do have mods who will pop important questions up as we're going through here. Hi, Kyle and not Kyle. Did I miss the potato peeling job? I'm always doing that, unfortunately. Yeah, Apple user, you know, I ended up peeling all of the potatoes. It was all on me tonight. Is Q-Star real? I don't know. Everyone get ready for Kyle Shannon AI roller coaster. Welcome to Chat ADD. Yeah, we'll go all over the place. We had some fun last night. Someone asked how I would use ChatGPT to create a storyboard for a film. And so I've written a bunch of screenplays, so I just pulled up a screenplay, and, you know, we spent like 45 minutes. It was really remarkable, just making storyboards from a film I wrote. And what was amazing about it was the images it generated were essentially what I saw in my head. It was amazing. It was really amazing. Any idea on when OpenAI will resume their GPT subs? I hope pretty fucking soon, because a big part of my community is telling people to go use ChatGPT 4, and new people can't. And they can go use Copilot from Microsoft, but when I went to try to use that yesterday, it didn't have any of its multimodal shit on. So let me go look at it right now. So that made me cranky. 0 out of 2,000. Let's see. Create an image of a polar bear. And one thing that I do want to show tonight is I'm going to show you the new Coca-Cola. If you haven't seen the new Coca-Cola AI Christmas card maker, where they're letting people do generative AI with the Coke logo on it, which I find remarkable. I assume they have all sorts of safety guardrails so we don't get, you know, nefarious Coke-branded Christmas cards being sent out, but we'll see. But I'll show you that. Do you have a video on YouTube explaining how to navigate through Midjourney? I don't. I can show you that tonight. I can do that tonight, Naisha. We can do a Midjourney plunge. All right. So why is it flickering like that? Y'all seeing that? What? Did I hit a filter? Huh. Must be some weird ass. I see the flickering too. Yeah, it's not flickering in here, but it... Oh. Huh. You know what? It must have been that it just exactly synced up with the frame rate of the video. And so that was weird. I sat down today and really thought about how I actually worked before ChatGPT came along. Oh, Jim, so I hope you're coming to the come to the AI Salon anniversary party on December 5th, because I would love for you to tell that story. Not just me then. Thought I was having... Oh, okay. Yeah. Mine flickers because of my graphics board is shot. Yeah, I thought I was having an aneurysm. No, it was definitely... Like, everything in here looks normal. Did I have this too low? Oh, that's what it was. All right. Yeah, I thought it seemed a little low. Anyway. All right. So I guess when it's low, it is not happy with its frame rate. Well, don't induce seizures. Exactly. The AI Learning Lab and seizure community. So here's some polar bears. There's some polar bears done in Copilot. All right, so we'll get started here. So what we'll do, we'll go through, I'll do a little primer. If you're brand new to AI, I'll get you started. You'll be like, Kyle, where do I start? I don't know what to do. Kyle, listen. Somebody told me to come here, and then I came here, and all you were doing was singing on your stupid guitar with half a voice and the dog singing in the background. I couldn't even hear what song you were singing. And then when I could hear what song you were singing, I didn't know what it was. That was some sort of obscure, depressing shit. Who are you? What are your qualifications, sir? So if you like that, I'll get you up to speed. We'll get you started on AI. And then we'll go over and do some Midjourney stuff. I'll show you how Midjourney works. And then any what? I don't know. Oh, I'll go show you the Coca-Cola thing. That'll be cool. And yeah, I want to hear Jim, now that you reminisced on what life was like before AI, because you've been playing with it for a year, right? You started November 30th too. So yeah, I would imagine it was quite different. So I'm interested to hear that. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do? Let's go. We'll come back to the salon. Okay. Ignore the thing on the right. We'll get to that in a second. If you are new to generative AI, if you don't even know what it is, you're like, generative AI? I thought it was just AI. Yeah, it's really machine learning, but whatever. If you've never played with ChatGPT before, actually, double tap the screen. Show me some hearts if you've never tried ChatGPT before. I've never tried this, actually. Anyone on here who's never tried it before? Okay, so at least one. Awesome. Thank you for admitting that. That's super cool. Okay, go there right now. Go to chat.openai.com, and what you're going to see, it's just going to look like kind of like a Google search box. Here, look. It's going to look like that. And then you won't have any crap over here. It's going to look more like that, but you won't even. I don't even think you'll have this crap. It's just going to kind of look like that. And it's got some things here, like yours will probably be different. Mine says, make up a story, help me debug, write a thank you note. But just go in there and just ask it to do something. Go let's see, write a poem about a dog that sings better than his master. And then it'll write you a poem. And then you go, make me a project plan to open a pizza parlor. Boom. And then it will make you a marketing plan. And then you can say, make me a table comparing a restaurant to a dog grooming business from a viability standpoint. And then watch it make a table. and then go write me a C# application that is a Flappy Bird's clone that can be run on Unity. Boom. And then it will do that. So if you've never seen ChatGPT and you're thinking like, oh, it's just like a Google search. No, it's not like a Google search. It is not like a Google search. So while you hear me rambling on and making fun of myself and dealing with trolls, just go there and play. Just play. And if you haven't had your Kevin McAllister moment yet, just keep playing until you have this moment where you realize, holy crap. So that's that. Okay. For the rest of you, a couple other things. If you don't know about Playground and you're geeky, if you like geeking out, ChatGPT is kind of the consumer front end. And the Playground, platform.openai.com/playground, is where the developers go to develop things. And you have access to more flips and switches and dials and API documentation and things like that. So if you're geeky, go play there. And then for everyone, one of the things that I think's critical right now for all of us, is to keep staying curious, like get curious and stay curious. And just about the time you think you have it figured out, flush all that down the toilet and start over. Why? Because all of these tools are progressing. It seems like about every month and a half or 2 months, there's some major update to, I've been calling it the keys to the universe. Interesting. Keeps changing so fast. Yeah, exactly, Ron Diggity. Exactly. So what I'm going to show you is these are a bunch of tools that I'm keeping my eye on. Like I use a fair amount. So these are the big four: Claude, Bard, Copilot, and Grok. Grok I don't use right now because I don't have access to it yet. But it's supposed to be coming out this week. And that's Elon Musk's Twitter-powered ChatGPT competitor that's actually going to live inside Twitter. It's going to live inside X. So pay attention to that one. Copilot is essentially free ChatGPT 4, although it's a little hindered because of their safety guardrails. Claude is ChatGPT's major competitor. It's a bunch of ex-OpenAI people. In fact, Dario, the CEO of that, was asked to come run OpenAI the Saturday after they fired Sam Altman, and he told him to go pound sand. And then Bard is Google's entry into this world, and it's interesting. Both Bard and Copilot and Grok are all going to be connected to real-time data, to the internet. Grok in particular incorporates Twitter data into its responses. So you can get more disinformation faster. Okay. Next four to go play with: Pi, Perplexity, Poe, and then Llama 2 is a whole world in and of itself. That's the whole open source world. Pi, Perplexity, and Poe are all really interesting models. So here's nine that I think are worth you spending time on. ChatGPT, those four, and those four. And screenshot these if you're typing slow and I'm moving too fast. Just screenshot these. And you're like, but Kyle, I don't want to type them in. Well, if you got ChatGPT 4 or Copilot, you can have it go, just upload the image of your screenshot and have ChatGPT type it out for you. It will do that. Here's your image generation tools. So screenshot that. DALL-E 3 lives inside ChatGPT and inside Microsoft Copilot. Midjourney, we're going to go look at. That lives, you have to make images inside Discord right now, but they've been improving their website, so I have a feeling we're probably within a month or two of them releasing web-based Midjourney, which I think will be a game changer. That they'll get a much bigger user base when you don't have to do command line shit in Discord. Then you got Leonardo, which is a web front end to Stable Diffusion, and you got Firefly, which is from Adobe, and they keep getting better and better, and it's safe for commercial. You guys talk about the new Samsung phone coming out in January with GPT in the phone. We talked about it a little bit. Yeah, and I think it's a trend that's going to be coming. So Samsung announced this phone with a chip on it that allows you to basically run whatever large language model that they've used. I'm sure they're using one of the open source ones. Probably Llama is my guess, but who knows? But you can actually run that large language model locally on the device. So you're not sending queries out to other services. Like all of these things, you're sending your data to some other service. They're processing it and giving it back to you. Samsung announced they're going to do it on device. All of Apple's conversations have indicated that when their shit comes out, it's going to run on device, and they've got a reputation for privacy and taking that shit seriously. So I think that's going to be a big thing in 2024 is local models. Video is also another big thing. Check out the three things on the left. Runway ML, Moon Valley, and Pika Labs are all text-to-video and image-to-video tools. Runway.tv feels like the early days of MTV and the early days of Netflix had a baby. And people are going to make fun of it, and they're not going to get it. And then all of a sudden, mark my words, Runway TV is going to turn into a network killer. Then you got HeyGen and DID are both really interesting voice synthesis, avatar making technologies. HeyGen in particular is doing really interesting stuff with translation and avatars of you. You can make your own deepfake with HeyGen, which I can show you. Visla is just corporate video, corporate videos, like stock videos, but put together very quickly and cleverly. Here's music and audio. 11 Labs, you can synthesize your voice. Suno and Refusion are singing. You put in a prompt and it creates a song with lyrics and a person singing it. And then SoundDraw is kind of background music creation. There's some of your 3D stuff. You're like, Kyle, I don't have enough time for all this. Doesn't matter. Just capture all this shit and just spend the next 2 weeks without a life, and then you'll be fine. You'll discover, oh my God, everything's changing. Kyle, what did you do to me? Exactly. You'll keep coming back here and be like, okay, I got to get caught up on this. What the fuck's he talking about now? And then these people you should follow. These people are actually coherent. If the AI Learning Lab is Chat ADD, all of these people, let me see, yeah, with no exceptions, are actually functional human beings. Although David Shapiro is self-admittedly neurospicy, but he's wicked fucking smart. So Ethan Mollick, Paul Raitzer of the Marketing AI Institute, Rachel Woods here on TikTok is a good balance to this channel. She's very buttoned up. I'm chaos. And then David Shapiro's doing a bunch of stuff with AGI. Is it possible to move a folder up to get the text? Or is it one file at a time? I do not know of what you speak, David Crossland, or Crossland.David. Oh, hey, Mark. Oh, hi. I do not know of what you speak of the words. What folder do you mean? Which file? I don't know. All right. So that should get you started. And then I'll talk about this now. I'm not going to go through it too deep, but if you're looking for a community of people that are weird like you, check out the AI Salon. So that's our Mighty Networks address. We just went live with the Mighty Networks community about a week ago. The salon's been around for a year. We've got a Discord where you can make Midjourney images, and that's where the community was, but we're migrating it over to Mighty Networks. And what's cool is, so I do these things nightly, these lives. I go like 2.5, 3 hours a night, 7 nights a week. Why? Because I'm nuts. And what ends up happening is there's a lot of people, we call them the irregulars. Some of them help mod the channel, so thank you for whoever's modding tonight. And then some of them just like hanging out and both are cool. And what ends up happening is, as we talk and as we play with stuff and as I make jokes about stuff, they create images and then they share them on channels on the Mighty Networks, and they share them in the Show and Tell channel, and they share them in the Irregulars channel and things like that. I've been sick. I feel like I'm a couple of years behind you guys. Yeah, Ron Diggity, you can't get sick. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to get sick now that AI's here. You can't. I took a day off from this thing. It took me 3 days to recover. It's like you're not allowed. It's just you're not allowed. It's not. It's just the new rules. We just need to accept it. Okay. So no getting sick. Sick is right out. Yeah, but go check out the salon. Okay, so someone wanted to know how you do Midjourney. So where I am, this is Discord. Let me turn some of this interface off because there's a lot of it. If you've never seen Discord before, this is it. Let me make things a little bigger. So down the left-hand side, you've got, these are communities, right? So these are different communities. Like this is a group I'm in called Neo Tokyo. Here's the Midjourney server. Here's the AI salon. So this is where we've been for a year. And within the salon, we've got announcements, we've got resources, we've got guilds. The guilds in particular are moving over to Mighty Networks. But we've got a writer's guild, an art guild, things like that. Business guild. Pate's got a mechanics guild where you can talk about geeky shit. There's a healthcare guild. There's now a video guild. And then we've got discussion areas, and we've got this thing called Midjourney Play. And so this is a channel where we can make images with Midjourney. And so here's Claire. She is like really finding her voice with art and just in here all the time doing all sorts of cool stuff. Those are pillows, I guess. Those are some freaky ass birds. Those are like hummingbird face head thing pillows. But she's working on some really cool stuff. Okay, so how you do Midjourney is you can either go to the Midjourney server itself, and within Midjourney, again, there's lots of different channels. And then there's these channels called newbies. And if you're new, you're going to be a newbie. Or you can go to something like the AI Salon Discord, and that's got a Midjourney channel. And when you're in a channel that's got Midjourney in it, you type /imagine. And then you'll notice it puts the little prompt up here. It says, put a prompt in there. So I'm going to hit return. And then there's my prompt. So I did /imagine, and now there's a place for me to type a prompt. And so I'm going to say, let's see, photo surrealistic image of a street princess in a grungy alley in dystopian Neo Tokyo. And then I'm going to go --AR 16:9. And you're like, but Kyle, what is this madness you spake of? What is this --AR 16:9? This seems like coding. This seems like something I would never want to learn ever in my life, Kyle. Is this why they call it prompt engineering? Oh, Kyle, why do they do this to us? And you would be correct. You would be correct. With Midjourney, you kind of have to know their double secret handshake language. This is not going to last for long. And if you use DALL-E within ChatGPT, I'll compare the difference for you. The reason you would go through this bullshit with Midjourney is because the quality of it is so good. So now we're going to hit return. And it's going to go off, and it's going to build something. So it's going to build us our surrealistic image of a street princess in a grungy alley in dystopian Neo Tokyo. I don't know what that means, but it probably does. These image models have remarkable depth of knowledge of art and language. And so you'll notice that the images, but Kyle, wow, they're so fuzzy. Why they're so fuzzy? I thought they were pretty. Oh, now it's looking better. It's less fuzzy. It's less fuzzy. So this is the way these things work. The way they actually work is when you put in your prompt, it sort of deselects any image, any associated things that used to be images that are now just these random noise patterns. And it kind of amalgamates them together into a single noisy image. And then it denoises them over 50 steps using the same algorithm that noised them in the first place. And after those 50 steps, then you end up with 4 different options. And so we'll kind of zoom in here. So there's our street princess, and there's another one there and another one there. So I kind of like this upper right one. So we'll go back out, and then you have these crazy letters, U1234 and V1234, and then this twirly button. The twirly button is I hate them all, start over. V stands for variation, U stands for upscale. So I like this one. And actually, I think that one's interesting. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to upscale that one, and then I'm going to do variations on that one because that one's got something, but I think it could, the composition could be improved. So I'll go upscale 2, and then I'll go variations of 3. All right. And then the upscale generally works pretty quick. Yeah, there's the upscale. Crazy. Beautiful. And then you can also upscale it 2x or 4x. So I can basically take this to print resolution with the click of a button. I can also zoom out on it. If I'm like, oh, I kind of like this, but I want her to be farther in the distance, I can just do something like zoom out 1.5. And so it'll now sort of fill in the area. It's what's called outpainting in Stable Diffusion, but just zoom out is actually really good, a really good descriptor of it. So that's that. And now we've got, these are the 4 variations of the one we saw before. And let's see, let's compare it to what was there. It was that one. So let's see. I think I like, tough. I think I like number 2. Or no, you know what? I like the contrast in number 3. So we're going to go upscale number 3. And then at some point here, we should see, yeah, these are the zoom outs of the one we did before. So they're still rendering. And I think I like, they're very, very similar. Here we go. Let's see. I guess we'll do number 2. I'm going to upscale number 2. And then there's our upscale of that one. And then you go in and you got a nice, beautiful, dystopian, Neo-Tokyo alley princess. Didn't know what an alley princess was, but there she is. Okay, so that's how you do Midjourney. You can dig deeper in it, but basically, you know, it's worth the pain in the ass because the quality, the subtlety of the images that are made are, you know, they're just amazing, right? It's just, if you want art, use Midjourney. If you want commercial images for your business, use Adobe Firefly. And what you should know, even if you're using Adobe Firefly for your business,
9:04 p.m.
Thank you, Siri, is you should understand how Midjourney is different than Adobe. And like which one's good for what, and you know where the boundaries are. So just get curious with all this AI stuff. Kyle, motorcycle helmet box is in the camera frame. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this is my fancy this is my fancy my fancy monitor stand. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Nothing but the best production value here at the AI Learning Lab. Oh, yeah. Bob, tell him what he's won. You want a new podcasting setup with actual equipment? I don't need that. All right. Kyle acting doesn't know what an alley princess is. Exactly, Pate. Oh, yeah, it's a term I heard. It's on the internet somewhere. Yeah, I heard it there on the internet. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay. All right, what do we want to do? Tell me what you want to do. We'll go do it. We'll go do something. Let me flip back over here, flip over here, flip there. This is some image. Oh, I was going to show the Coca-Cola thing. So here's one of the Coca-Cola images that Ted did. This was shared on the AI Salon. And then he also did this one, which I just think is cool. So, see, if you just want to make, dumb images, you can do it at the AI Salon, and people won't make fun of you. They will celebrate you and put your images on the internet, on the TikTok. The Bears. All right, where can we find the codes we would need for Midjourney? So just go to midjourney.com. This is really a pain in the ass. So here's what you're going to do. All right, that's Bing. So we're going to go. You go to midjourney.com. And it's going to take you to a page, unless they've changed it. No, it's going to take you to this crazy page. You're going to be like, oh, it's like the Matrix. This is so cool. Let me enter here. And then you click in the middle of that thing and nothing happens because, geeks. And then down here in this little font that if you're old like me, your eyes can't see, that's where you go. Join the beta. And when you click on that, that is going to take you somewhere else. It's going to take you to Discord. And if you've never been on Discord, it's going to be completely discombobulating. You're going to be like, where am I? What happened? Are we in Kansas? Is this Oz? And you're like, no, it's a crappy gaming conversation server called Discord. So sign up in Discord. You'll be somewhere in the Midjourney, sea of channels here, and then just find your way down to one of the newbie channels, and then you can start making art like this person. All right. Okay. All right, let me go show you the Coca-Cola stuff. So if you go to createrealmagic.com, you have to go through, create a zap in one of your GPTs. I haven't done that yet. Nostalgia Flicks. Well, actually, I've done it once, but I didn't get it actually functional. I got it to call the zap, and then the authentication failed, and I never managed to... It wasn't that I didn't manage to get it going. It's that I never went back and tried. Although I did work in Zapier today to pull... We have a Share Your GPT channel in the Discord, in the Salon Discord, and Pate actually downloaded all of the data from all of our channels, and I created a zap to pull that data and post it to Mighty Networks, which was kind of a victory, but it didn't do it in a very sexy way. So anyway, go to createrealmagic.com, and this is a Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola did this contest, I think at the beginning of the summer, where they allowed 20 artists to basically use this tool to make art. And I thought, well, they'll never really give access to this to the community, to the public, to the consumer public, but they have. And so this is the interface. It's pretty slick. So you pick a subject below, and then you can kind of scroll. There's a Coke bottle, there's a vending machine, a wreath, a snowman, all this kind of iconic, the Coke truck. What's it called? The Sundblom Santa. I guess he's the famous illustrator that did the 1890s kind of Saturday Evening Post things or whatever it was. So we'll do a Coca-Cola bottle. Then you pick a style. So they got, what do they got here? Geometric, pop art, neon, snow, layered paper. I like layered paper. That always generates good things. And then you add a scene. So where do we want our Coke bottle? Polar Express. Oh, North Pole, evergreen forest, night sky, candy cane forest. Let's do candy cane forest or space. Let's go space, outer space. And so notice it's put the little, so everything we've clicked on, it's put basically a little tag down in the prompt. So this is a prompt builder, right? So you don't have to think of words. It's just like Mad Libs. And then you can type it into customize. And I could say a llama, hedgehog, and turtle are in animal space suits floating near their space station with a planet in the background. Bottles of Coke float by them. Create magic. And so now it's gonna, oh, try again. Come on. All right, now it's going. Magic is happening. Oh, magic is not happening. All right, maybe I made this too long. Let's see. With the planet in the background. Let's just do that. Maybe their servers are too crazy. Their servers could be crazy. Crazy. It's so crazy. Error. Looks like the servers are busy. Bow. Now, what it could also be is, it could be that my prompt has something in it that they deem not good. Let's see. Hedgehog are in animal spacesuits. Let me pull out the animal spacesuits. Let's see. Are floating near their space station with a planet in the background. Create magic. Because one of the things that I asked, it's a magic error, yeah. One of the things that I wondered about this, no, it's not going to work. Anyway, I got it to work before, and it made actually a pretty nice image. But then when I go to load my gallery, it seems to be janky. Like the page never loads. So, although I think I got it to load by hitting cookie settings. No, that's not even working now. Card creator. Maybe I can do card creator. No, that's where I was. All right, let's just do, we'll go add style. We'll go pop art, truck, ice skating rink. And we'll go all right, let's see how this does. Too detailed. Yeah, it might have been too detailed. Because what they're trying to create here are, you know, like an infinite number of Coke ads that people send to their friends and family. So it looks like this may take a minute. In the meantime, check out some other artwork. Put the bear on Lakeshore Drive. That's pretty good. All right, the magic is happening. It's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so good, people. You're not even going to know how good it is. Seriously, it's going to be like, it's going to have like a Coke truck. It's going to be like on the lake. It's like they're going to be having truck driving races on the lake, you know, like we used to do as kids. It uses DALL-E 2. Is that a Coke Zero? It's a magic error. Is it using DALL-E 3? That's interesting. Because I would think they would have used Stable Diffusion and created their own LoRa or something like that. Because I don't know, can you get... They've got to be doing some sort of fine-tuning to get the Coke logo in there. That's I don't like the style, but that's kind of sweet. Now you say, make a card. This part I haven't done. Add a greeting. Let's see if it'll let us do something funny. Happy diabetes. Let's go bold. Let's do 20, and let's do, can I make it italic? Come on. That's it. I can't. Color red. Yeah, red's good. Oh, no, let's do green. They got green here? You got green for me? There we go. Happy diabetes. Death and Dying 2, the sequel. Let's see. Oh, I see. We got little... It's already busy enough. I don't think we need stuff around the outside, do we? No, that's too much. All right, none. Let's see if it lets me do happy diabetes. It shouldn't. Kyle, I loved you define these tools as janky because it's so true. I can get 80% of what I want. Yep. Yeah. This is, just know that all of these tools right now, every single one of them is mind-blowingly powerful and kind of awful. Thank you. I've signed up at Midjourney. Thank you for showing the way, Kyle. You're welcome, Joseph. Listen, Midjourney is as much of a pain in the ass it is. It's still the best. If you want like truly high quality art, it's that one. If you want to be able to really tweak things and create your own models and do that, that's Stable Diffusion, but you got to be a little geeky. And Stable Diffusion just released Stable Video Diffusion, so you can now take all of the LoRa's and all of the interesting shit that you've done in Stable Diffusion for still images and apply that to video. Herod, who's in here a lot, has created this now getting famous LoRa for Stable Diffusion that does letters as good as DALL-E 3. And so he's getting a lot of noise for that, which is super cool, but he's also been starting to use that LoRa with the video Stable Diffusion, and it's really cool. So that's that one. And then if you just want convenience and to make images more like being a... Did it not let me generate this, or did it generate it? What did it do? Did it download it? I wasn't paying attention. What is that? No, that's Gig Harbor. I don't think it liked my happy diabetes. I'm going to get a cease and desist from Coke. It's happened before. I got a cease and desist from Mattel when we did the photo expose of the lesbian Barbie scene in 1995. That was a good cease and desist to get. And then I got a cease and desist from McDonald's Corporation when we registered McWeb.com, and they sent us a letter that basically said, don't McFuck with our brand or we'll McFucking take you down. They take their Mick whatever really seriously over there at McDonald's. So we were going to create, like a Squarespace kind of web builder kind of thing back in the mid-90s. We were going to call it McWeb, and they didn't like that. Wow, what fun are you having if you're not fucking with the big guys, huh? Okay, so that's the Coke thing. Don't say they are as bad as they will ever be. Bing proves that wrong every day. You know what, Joker? You're right. The Microsoft's implementation of the GPT-4, it should be better by now. It really should. They've got their lawyers have a stranglehold on that product team, and it's gonna fuck up that brand if they don't get it together. Although, you know what? It's not actually. Let me take that back, because their client base is, they've got to get some percentage of Office 365 subscribers to upgrade, right? And it's probably not a big percentage. If they got 10 or 15% of Office 365 users to upgrade to the $30 a month for Copilot, which they will, and they'll probably get more than that. It'll probably be closer to 30 or 40% is my guess, right out of the gate. And they'll be fine. So the product can be compromised. It's just like Adobe right now, like doing generative stuff with Adobe products, because it's not been trained on copywritten images. Corporations are going to use it, even if it's not the same quality. But the quality's getting better. Like I gotta say, I'm impressed with Adobe. I'm impressed with the speed Microsoft is moving. I really wish they would fucking dial up the quality of their product, because it's you're right, Joker. Silver Fox, I'm blown away by Midjourney at times. I know, me too. Midjourney is one of those things where I really want to hate it. I really want to hate it. And I really want someone to come along to dethrone them. I think the CEO is a bit of a tool. I think the fact that they're still on Discord is absolutely fucking ridiculous. That they didn't prioritize getting it off Discord is astounding to me. But it's still the best thing out there. I want to build an uninhibited AI server using open source stuff. Okay, so what you want to do, Joseph, is just go to Reddit and just start digging around the open source community and start learning Hugging Face and GitHub and Google Google Colab, so you can run the sort of installation tools for all the open source models. There's also something that you could play with called GPT for All, which is an installable. Here, let me flip my little thinger. We'll give Coke a little ad, because I'm making so much money from Coke. They're one of the sponsors of the AI Learning Lab. I'm not. They are tonight. All right. There's a project called GPT for All that's got installables for OS X, Windows, and Linux. And you basically just install that thing on your machine, and then you can install open source models within it. So rather than having to spin up all these different instances of Google Colabs and things like that, you can just have GPT for All and go do it. It depends how geeky you want to get, right? If you want to get geeky, get geeky and just dig in and go learn all that shit. And here's the deal. Even if you're not geeky, even if you're like, well, I'm not technical. Well, now you are. Here's a trick. Go to GitHub and find a GitHub repository. Thank you, Drew. Happy afternoon. I loved your I loved your mowing image that you shared. I think I put it in here somewhere. Yeah. That's Drew. That's Drew out listening to the AI Learning Lab while he was mowing, because he's in Australia and it's like afternoon there. So never flip your thingy on a live. You gotta flip your thingy occasionally. If you're not flipping your thingy, who's going to flip it for you? Coke it up, Kyle, with a smile. I'm just watching the first season of Fargo, and there's like the middle episodes. Oliver Platt is this whatever salesman dude or grocery store owner, and Billy Bob Thornton replaces his anxiety medication with Adderall. So he just gets increasingly paranoid, and he's sweaty, and he's just like, he's scratching himself. He's getting all, God's telling me things. It's pretty good. What was I going to say about geeking out on this stuff? Also, if you want to geek out on the open source stuff, start following David Shapiro. He's Dave Shap on YouTube. Yeah, this isn't right anymore. Let me actually fix this. He changed it. Is it Dave.Shap? I think it's Dave.Shap. Let's go see. David Shapiro. Hello, my name is David Shapiro. Yeah. It's not .shap. It's at Dave Shap. No period. So go follow him. He's got 2 open source projects right now. Have you gotten your Groks off yet? I have not gotten Grok yet, although I'll go look right now. Maybe I'll get it now. It's one of the things that I'm digging about doing these lives is I'll sometimes discover I was given access to something on the lives, and that's pretty cool. Dave Shap's got 2 projects right now. He's got one open source project creating agent swarms. So you can take the new ChatGPT assistant API, and they're creating assistants that create other assistants, and then all of the assistants take actions. And so they're creating swarms of these agents that can all talk to one another. And as scary as that sounds, think of it more like if you wanted to create, if you had a goal to book a vacation for your family and do daily itineraries for 2 weeks, and you just said, I have a budget of $10,000. I want to take, vacation on this day. Here's your criteria. Like, here's what I want to spend. Here's the kind of vacation I want. Here's the kind of activities I want. I want the kids separated from us for at least 50% of the trip. Go. And then this thing will just spin up agents to go do all the different tasks that need to be done, and the central one will coordinate it all. So that's one of his projects. And then the other one is a cognitive architecture for AGI, for artificial general intelligence, which is what Sam Altman and the OpenAI team are rumored to have cracked some version of, which led to Sam Altman's firing. So I would go follow ye old David Shapiro if I were you. Okay, Ted Looks at Life. Hugging Face CEO predicts 2024 open source LLM will reach the level of closed source. Yeah, I think that's probably right, Ted, because you've got so many people now. Like one of the very, very positive impacts of ChatGPT hitting 100 million users in 6 weeks, which is what they did, fastest adoption of technology in history. One of the nice side effects of that is that the entire development community just went bonkers. And so you've effectively got the global open source development community all working on AI because there's so much opportunity there. And what it does is so fucking magical. And so I just think that amount of intellectual horsepower, not only working on the projects, but like one of the things that I've seen in the developer community is a paper will come out and the paper will say, okay, we took this algorithm and these 2 existing technologies and we glued them together to make this new thing. And then within 2 days, that paper shows up in another paper that says, okay, we took that paper and we glued it together with this other algorithm, and now it's this new thing. And it's just getting insane. So I think you're right. I think the open source community is already making great strides with things like optimization, making these models smaller and smaller and smaller and still perform well. And what that means is they're going to at some point get them small enough that we can just install them on our phone locally and run them locally, right? That's what that Samsung phone announced. That's what the new Apple hardware is talking about. So where we're moving is models where we don't have to rely on OpenAI. We don't have to rely on Microsoft. And we can say, hey, I want one that cusses at me and doesn't give me all the safety guardrails, and I want it to run locally. And that's going to be a reality in 2024. And then yeah, I think on the high end, you're going to end up with, some models that are really, really good. And if this Q-star thing is real and what it is and what its mechanisms are get out, then the open source community is going to be all over that. And then at that point, then I think things accelerate really, really quickly. So I think 2024 is going to be absolute insanity. It's going to be crazy. You know what it's going to be?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Eh? It's going to be that. Learn this shit. And listen, when I say learn this shit, if you're not technical, that doesn't matter. Learn what you can learn. Go to ChatGPT and get it to make you pizza recipes. Learn how to make pictures with it. Learn how to use the multimodal stuff. I don't know what multimodal is. That sounds fancy. Okay, it's just, it makes pictures too. It can make words and it can make pictures. Oh, and then it can see pictures. Oh, and it can talk and it can hear. It can't do music or video yet, but I'm pretty sure that's coming. Someone sent me a video today of... Meta released a thing called aiLL, which is a very bad name, that is supposed to be really, really good and full multimodal. Does music, does video, does images, does words. And Gemini from Google, Pate's here, but he can't talk about it. He tells us that every time I say, hey, Pate, tell us what's going on with that. I can't talk about it. I can tell you about TPUs, though. No, Pate, we want to know about Gemini. I can't talk about that. Anyway, apparently, Gemini is supposed to be pretty damn good. It's been delayed. I'm reserving judgment. They're claiming it's 5 times better than GPT-4. I think we can all agree that that was marketing people that said that. But even if it's as good as GPT-4, holy shit. And then we're going to have Grok. Oh, let me go see if I have access to Grok. Grok. Come on, Elon. Toss Kyle a bone. We know that Sam Altman's very jealous of me. Doesn't give me the features as soon as I should get them. I don't see it. Nope. Daddy ain't got Grok. Let's see. Are there any announcements about Grok? Okay, we'll follow Grok. Maybe following Grok will get me access sooner. Hey, Grok. In a few weeks, there will be Grok analysis button. No, there's nothing. Nothing! Yeah, so much for your fancy LLM, Elon. Guess he's busy cleaning up rocket parts. That was pretty impressive, the last Starship launch, even though it blew up. Get your smart pants on. Tyrant Truth. What's happening? How are you? Good to see you. Ashu. Hello, AI people. Good evening to you. I was thinking of training AI to do sound therapy. Yeah, that's interesting. The audio space is a little... I was just going to say it's not as far along as the other things. It probably is as far along. I just don't know it. I would go, if I were you, I would go check out... I can talk about it this time. Oh, Pate. Spill the motherfucking beans. Do tell. Pray tell, Pate. What would you like to share about Yon Gemini? Is it 5 times better than GPT-4? Is it launching? Do we have a release date? Why was it delayed? Anything you can give us. I can't actually talk about it. I'm out of touch with that. I'm out of touch with what we can or can't say. I had a feeling. That's good. It'll get here when it gets here. You know, it's so amazing. Like, What's sent me into silence here is, let's see, Anima, empathetic Animalia. You have guest requests open. Are you accepting? It's topical. Sure, I'll let you hop up here. So here's what I'm not doing. I'm not doing battles, and I'm not, I'm not letting people shill their marketing shit. But if you want to talk about stuff, sure, hop up.
Hi, is Kyle?
This is Kyle.
Hey, I
Long
think
time listener, first
so.
time caller.
um, I don't know if you always have your guest requests open, but I think people might be afraid because you seem so experienced with this that people are like, "Oh, there's nothing I could really share with him that he's going to love." But
So not
I
true.
realize you have a great community. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've only been listening regularly for a while, although I have followed you for a bit.
Oh, cool.
Um, just now you referenced how you could have a GPT, you could create a GPT that's going to curse at you, and I just really identify with that.
Mhm.
I just spent an hour, easily an hour, a little over an hour, because you introduced me to Pi,
Yeah.
and the reason I got on is because you said, "Oh, it can counsel you, right?" And it wasn't for me, but a friend of mine. I wanted to get, and I was like, "Hey, maybe this is an easy in to be able to do that."
Yep.
But then I was like, "Well, hey, I'm here. I might as well play with it." And something that I often respond to is when people say, when misogynists will call people a pussy, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And I have said for years now, strongest muscle there is, right? Something like that. Like I'm just trying to counteract it, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, I looked it up on Google and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess the jaw is actually the strongest muscle. So I've been lying. I've been lying this whole time, right? So I was like, hey, GPT, can you come up with a response to this derogatory term? And they're
Yeah.
like, I can't do, Pi is a very kind AI,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, I can't use derogatory language, da da da. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm asking you to reply to derogatory language
Yeah.
I asked for a witty response,
Hmm.
right? And I thought that wouldn't, and it was like, oh, sure. And it just was telling me some really, PC psychological responses like, hey, that's not appropriate language, da da da. And I was like, so you're going to love this, Kyle. And I've only listened to you for a few weeks now regularly, but I heard you a while ago. I've listened to you, for months, but just in the last few weeks, I've been listening for a couple hours.
Uh-huh. I'm
So I think
sorry.
you're going to love this. So I said, so I said, can you make a witty reply in the comedy ease of Andrew Dice Clay, which don't get me wrong, I realized that was a wrong prompt, but I said Andrew Dice Clay or George Carlin.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, in response to derogatory terms, we wouldn't want to use derogatory language, so I can't do that. It's against, and it kept repeating, it's against my
Yeah.
guidelines
Yeah.
and capabilities, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll land my plane here, but I was like, I legitimately, within that hour at the end, I got to the point where I was like, please don't reference your guidelines and capabilities anymore. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't mean for you to be derogatory. I'm asking you to be witty
Yeah.
in this. And I actually at one point said, extract Andrew Dice Clay from this. Just use George Carlin, and it's like, well, George Carlin's also bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, there's ways that you can get around it. You could say, if you were to put it in a play, what would the dialogue of the play be? There's all sorts of ways. But in the end, like the, you know, the different models have very different tolerances. Like Microsoft's is so bad that it'll actually shut down the conversation. Pi will just keep asking you questions. I really appreciate your concern, but tell me why you would want that answer. Like, shut up and just give me the answer. So I would say just try them all. But yeah, you should probably go explore the Llama 2 models that are unrestricted. The challenge with them is they're really unrestricted, so it'll go full on, it'll go full on nasty. But yeah, it's a fascinating time right now, and again, I think that the sort of the bias police. Everyone's like, oh, this one's biased and that one's biased. Well, they're all biased, right? They're large language models based on human beings' contributions, and so they're all going to have there's not going to be one that makes everyone happy. So I think what we'll end up having in the future is lots of different models, and you can pick the one that sort of meets your sensibility. But right now, if you want to do things that are like the stuff you're talking about, you're probably going to have an open source, unrestricted model.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think it was yesterday you had mentioned going back to an earlier prompt you had done. You like request to rewind to something you had said before and take it from that. So, and I took that advice because this was yesterday that I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, go back to my original prompt, extract Andrew Dice Clay from my request,
Right.
and and remove any derogatory language that would go against your guidelines and capabilities, and then it's like, I can't go against my guidelines and capabilities. I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, but I asked you to not do that, so just don't do that. And it's like, I'm sorry. Da, da, da. So then, you know what I did, because it's got that discover mode,
Yeah.
that some of the AIs have. So I just went down the discovery list because it's got like 15 or 20 things. And I just went to each one that seemed apropos. And I was just like, okay, I'll ask my question in a different manner under this discovery mode, because it's,
Yeah.
it's like learn something new,
Yeah.
get relationship advice. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. But it was entertaining, but it got a little, and I told it at one point, I told Pi, you are frustrating me a bit, but I still, and I also did the trick that I've heard as far as like, like just positive language toward the AI, just being like,
Yeah.
you're very helpful, stuff like that.
But that kind of stuff's not going to go there. One idea that I have as you're talking, so we do a lot of work in pharma, and so one of the things that we're looking to do is to take any information that we have that we want to send to a large language model and de-identify it first. So we'll run it through a local de-identification thing that replaces like names with Mickey Mouse and things like that. And then we can send it out because it doesn't have anyone's information in it, and then reassemble it when it comes back in. You might be able to do something with Pi where you give it a list of word replacements where PUSSY equals lollipop, and right, and you just give it a list of word replacements, and then just ask it about the lollipop and see if you can get it to answer in code. And then
But will it give me a George Carlin reply? That's what exactly. That was my main point.
Well, but you could say, replace George Carlin's 7 dirty words, with these 7 words, and then, you can have a whole little thing, and then do a search and replace after. I don't know. Anyway,
no, I very much appreciate that. Hey, thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got it.
And if you have any questions for just a complete noob, like legit, like I honestly, I was trying to get it to write a basic. This is a while ago. It wasn't Pi. It was a GPT-3. I was trying to get it to write just the most basic rule book for a game that I love. I'm not going to give away my secrets here, but I was like, write a 15 chapter book, and I was like 5 pages per chapter, right? And GPT-3 was like, it just spat out like 15 paragraphs. Like each paragraph was a chapter.
Oops, you there? I think you muted yourself.
Yeah, I did.
So here's the advice I'd give on that is anything that you're trying to do long form, it might be different now because GPT-4 has 125,000 token context window, which basically means it's like a 96,000 word window that it can keep in its memory. So it might do long form better. Claude.ai just went to 200,000 tokens and is apparently better at long form content. But don't just start out by saying, give me a 15 chapter book on this. It'll fail miserably. But have a long conversation with it at first about what you're trying, what it is. Here's what the game is. Here's what I'm trying to do. I want you to act as a game rules author, and then say, can you come up with 3 different educational approaches for how you might write a book like this? And then it'll give you those, and then say, okay, I like approaches 2 and 3. Can you create a broad outline of the book, and then let it create the broad outline, give it feedback on the broad outline, and say, okay, great, for you know, for section 1, can you now create a detailed outline for just section 1, and then do section 2, and then do section 3, and then go through each one and have it outline each chapter, and then have it start to fill in the chapter. It takes it a long time to do it, but it allows you to get your head around what you're writing at a high level, and then it gives the GPT a chance to take all of that in as well. So all of that conversation becomes context for all the stuff it's writing. So that may help.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And yeah, you know, my whole goal was just to interact with it in a more deep manner and to make it, you know, more of a simplistic, you know, just like step-by-step rules for a fairly simple game. You know what I mean? But thank you very much for all that, Kyle. And I want to say that you introduced me here to this series element next to your subscriber button here.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that paid series thing, and I'm going to let some other creators know about it. I'm probably not going to be able to take advantage of it anytime soon, but that's an awesome thing. How recently did you introduce that?
I like a week ago, I just discovered it. Like, it's relatively new on TikTok. And what I did was I went through, because I've got a bunch of, you know, at first I was like, well, this is kind of stupid because a lot of that content's just sitting in there. But I realized I've got like hundreds of videos, and even though I've organized some of them, I haven't organized all of them, and it's kind of a mess. So it allowed me to, like, you know, think about videos that are of you know, sort of like content. And then I think what I'm actually going to do with it is I think I'm going to do a series of like doing a real deep dive on ChatGPT and doing something specifically for a series. So I'm just kind of experimenting with it right now. But yeah, that's it. It's brand new.
Well, hey, once again, thank you very much. I'm going to drop myself, but I very much appreciate the neurospiciness of your conversations here too, Kyle. So thank you very much for that.
I appreciate it, man. Cheers. All right. Cool. That was fun. Anima. Disconnect with Anima. Let me cancel that. All right. We got that there. All right, don't have my work laptop with me. A GPT will be able to do that eventually. Tensor means something else to me. All right, Anima went long. We won't be able to get the juggling act on drive safely. The irregulars. How are we doing on time? We're good on time. We still got time, people. What do you want to talk about? We can talk about anything. Hold, please. Is this from Joker or Ted? I forget who did this. I think this might have been Ted. Makes me look like an old character actor, but I suppose if I were to be an actor today, I'd probably be an old character actor. So hold please. All right. You should do that more often with people, Kyle. Okay, yeah, I'm happy to do that. Happy to do that. You know what actually helped is so here's my request. If you want to come up on stage, put a comment in that you want to come up on stage and what you want to talk about, because my fear is that I end up with a Dar the star of TikTok, you know, wanting to battle, or just, you know, someone coming on here to hawk their wares or sell NFTs or some bullshit like that. So I'm just a little skittery about it. But if someone wants to pop up, just sort of put that you want to come up on stage, and then the mods will pin that, and I'll see it and we can do it. Segura, I had the same issue creating an ebook. It took too long. What's a better AI to use? Claude? Oh, it got too long. So Segura, either GPT-4, so GPT-4 as of about 3 weeks ago still only had an 8,000 token context window. So you couldn't do anything long in it, but now it's got 125,000 tokens, and Claude has 200,000 tokens. So Pate, invite me on and you're gonna lose viewers. No, Pate, the other night you were here when I was trying to download a PDF of a book, and it took me like 15 minutes just to find one and download it. I couldn't believe how many people sat through that nonsense. Maybe make a request option on Mighty Networks. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Let's see. Where would I do that? I guess maybe just in water cooler. Yeah, that's actually kind of a good idea, Be Not Afraid. Use the Mighty Networks as a make it a more active part of this conversation. I think that's a pretty good idea. All right, I'll do that. I'm not gonna figure it out now, but I like that idea. We'll do that when I have time to put my head around it. Here are a couple other nice images from some of the irregulars. If you want to be an irregular, you just show up here a lot. And that makes you, we're not weird, we're irregular. Ion China, Dar, the queen of TikTok, not the star. I thought she was the star of TikTok. Wasn't it Dar, the star of TikTok? Oh, the queen of TikTok? Sorry. I must have put her out of my mind. Those were both the most surreal things. The first one was fun because I so didn't know what I was doing, and you all just obliterated her, and then she came back to exact her revenge on me, and it was just uncomfortable. I'm not a fan of the TikTok battles. Okay, so here's how the cache works in V5e TPUs. Pate, we got to get you up here, buddy. We're gonna educate these people about GPUs and TPUs and CPUs. It's gonna be awesome. That's fantastic. Make a training video on how to get series. Can't find the button. Oh, if you want to see the series that I created, it's in the lower left-hand corner. It just says series, and the series name is Underhyped. So what I captured were videos that I did where I'm talking about why I think AI is a big deal, how to use it, how it works, how to not get overwhelmed by it, how to get creative with it, how to use it for work, it's like 17 or 18 videos that are all talking about that. So if you're brand new to AI, it might be good. Like, especially if you've got people in your life that like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about AI? I hear it hallucinates. I hear it's new. I hear it. It's been new. Pate is like a grumpy superhero. He is. That's why we love him. So if you've got people in your life that are whiny like that about AI, the series that I did, Underhyped, might give you some ammo. There's some good videos in there. Like, the first two videos are me comparing the early days of the World Wide Web to the early days of AI and why there's parallels and why it's a big deal. There are a lot of new images in show and tell and watercolor. Very cool. Oh yeah, let's go show some images. Let's see what the community's been up to since I've been blabbing. About that mysterious AI breakthrough known as Q-Star by OpenAI that allegedly attains true AI, or is it the path toward artificial general intelligence? Forbes. All right, there you go. Oh, those are cool. Who did those? Ted. Ted's killing it with the images. There's some of Ted's Coke images. Nice. I'm going to show and tell now, people. Was it show and tell that I put all the GPTs? I think it is. Yeah, it is. So one of the things I did, and I should probably apologize for this because I'm a shoot first, aim later kind of guy. So I figured out how to take all of the GPT URLs from Discord. Pate extracted all the data out of Discord. So I went into ChatGPT and cleaned up all the data using ChatGPT Code Interpreter, which was super cool. And so I created a very cleaned up version of the data with just the name of the person that created it and the URL of the GPT. And then I used Zapier to automatically dump all that shit over to Mighty Networks. So there's like, I don't know, 280 GPTs in show and tell that just they have no explanation other than from Discord user someone, here's the GPT. But anyway, it's all over there now. So anyway, that one's funny. All right. Another Ted Coca-Cola ad. That one's beautiful, actually. This is probably one of those the layered paper ones. Those things are cool. That's pretty beautiful. Who's that? Kelly Camp. Wow, beautiful. Just, it never ceases to amaze me that, you know, you can just talk this shit into existence. It's like, it's just amazing. Be not afraid, sympathizing with me over my potato peeling. After work, I got to peel some potatoes. That pretty much accurately captures what I was going through. Oh, nice. Champy starring it out. I like that. Steve-O, I have a Kyle Koch ad on Share Cool Things. Where's Share Cool Things? Oh, in Irregulars? Share cool things. people. That was me in the 80s, the late 80s. Ooh, that's a cool one. Steve-O, nice. My vegetarian friends I had over. That was pretty much dinner. You guys are nuts. All right. The Mighty Networks is being mighty slow right now. Hold, please. Come on. All right, it's being very slow. Good Lord. Happy holidays. It's fucking terrifying, Charlie. Oh, man. Man alive. How does one create pick art like that? Okay, let's go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to flip over. I'm going to flip my thingy, which I was told never flip your thingy on TikTok. They'll kick you off. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to flip my thingy.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
All right, we're going to go play with ChatGPT because it is deceptive. There is so much you can do with ChatGPT. We did a thing last night. I'm going to just show you something that we did last night because I just think it was so fucking cool. All right. Good Lord, that was a lot. Okay. So someone asked if you could storyboard with ChatGPT. And my answer on this channel is general. My answer is general is generally yes. And then I sort of panic inside and have a little flop sweat of like, oh shit, I don't know if that's actually possible. But yeah, probably. And I think that's actually a good way to approach this stuff, is that for any problem that you are confronted with, the chances are actually really good that AI can solve it in some way. Anything that's, knowledge worky kind of stuff. And even if you've got some shit like, your car's acting funny, like I had Pi help me troubleshoot a dead battery, or a dying battery on my car. So you can do it for physical world stuff too, but it's midnight. It's midnight at the Oasis. But so what we did is someone said, can it storyboard? And I said, well, sure, let's try it. So I took a screenplay that I wrote in like 1991. I haven't probably read it since that time, like since we were out pitching it, 92, 93. And this is the first screenplay I wrote. It's called Salmon Flying East. And so the first thing I had to do was write like a Hollywood log line. And so after a couple of shitty ones, I said, give me a log line that compares this screenplay to two different movies. And so it said, Salmon Flying East is where the deer hunter meets a river runs through it. A poignant journey of a Vietnam veteran fisherman wrestling with his past, entangled in a haunting romance that bridged turbulent waters of war and the serene struggles of life back home. It's pretty good. And then I said, okay, great. Create a list of visual scenes from the opening of the movie. Describe them as if they were a storyboard. And so it did. So it read my screenplay and it pulled out these scenes. And what was remarkable is, like, I haven't read this thing in decades. And like the minute it pulled it out, I was like, oh yeah, that scene. Oh yeah, that scene. Oh yeah, that scene. And so it describes the scenes, and then, it lists the scenes. Scenes 1, Gig Harbor, docks, pre-dawn, a foggy, serene dawn at Gig Harbor. The camera slowly pans across the glassy water of the Puget Sound, capturing the fog, intermingling with the early morning light. Like, beautiful, perfect. And like, I think it pulled some of that language from the screenplay itself. So it grabs all these sort of things. And now I said, great, I'd like to start storyboarding this. So I want you to create a 16:9 wide orientation image per scene. So again, I'm not just starting out going, make me some pictures for my movie. Like, we're starting out having it kind of understand the movie and understand, what it's trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. I'd like the style to be loose watercolor in style, but clearly indicate what the camera sees and what lens should be used. Why don't we start with scene 1 to get the style dialed in? And so it generated that, which I thought was quite nice. It's not really storyboard-like. It's a little more art-like, but kind of in the neighborhood. So I told it I didn't really like the rough edges and I wanted it to be more vibrant. And then it came up with that, which is just fucking obnoxious. I'm like, no, that's not right. But there's some scenes that flash back to the past, and I like that it did this sort of, super vibrant versus, muted scene from the past. So it got that kind of cool. And I said, that's kind of the right idea. And then it came up with those two styles. So I said, let's color grade the present in kind of this blue, this serene blue, and let's color grade the past in this kind of disturbing fog of war green. Olive drab green, and it did that. And then I said, great, now can you make an image for each scene using our new color grading framework? And it just started storyboarding the movie. So it was just literally just producing these one after another, just going down that table and doing these scenes. I mean, friggin' wild. So we played with that for a bit, and then I tried to get it to do some other stuff, like put the images in a spreadsheet. It didn't do that very well. We did a couple of different styles. And then after I got off the live last night, let's see, what did I say? Tried to do something with Markdown. That didn't work. So after I got off the live last night, I had to do a character breakdown. And I said, give me a character breakdown a description of the character and what happens to them in the film, and then who are the suggested stars. So Jack, a haunted Vietnam veteran turned fisherman in Gig Harbor, suggested stars: Hugh Jackman, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then it did it for his love interest. It did it for Martha, the bait shop owner, Melissa McCarthy, Octavia Spencer, Allison Janney, those are good calls. Snake, Michael Fassbender, Tom Hardy, Idris Elba, really good calls, right? So, and then I had to, make the characters. And so it did that. And I tried to have it put the name on, but it made the name as if it was the name of the movie. That wasn't quite right. So then I said, put the name on a piece of masking tape. It came up with that. I thought, oh, that's pretty good. And so like, here's the characters for the film. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. And then I thought, tell me the 10 most important moments visually. I thought maybe it'd be cool to just capture the most important visual moments of the film and tell the story that way. So he did a couple of those images, and it just did those. Then it crapped out. And then I finally did write a trailer script that describes the visuals as well. And so it wrote this trailer: visual, foggy dawn, gentle waves lapping against the dock in the quiet town of Gig Harbor. Visual: Jack, a rugged fisherman, a solitary man, battles with his tides of the past, a love lost in the shadows of war, and a heart still searching for peace, haunted by memories of a war that took more than he could give. But in the unlikeliest of places, a glimmer of hope rekindles, right? So it's not bad. So let's see, final shot. And then it created, some of the images from the, from the trailer. And so then I was thinking I could take these things over to Runway ML and animate them and record the voiceover and come up with some music and make a trailer for my movie. And like all this was like within an hour, so that's just crazy. So anyway, that was last night. And, just the ability to very, very quickly shift between different modes: writing mode, image mode, conceptual mode, execution mode, strategy mode. Oh, I have a completely new idea mode. Boom, here's that is. Like, what these tools are allowing me to do is execute at the speed of thought. And when you're neurospicy, when you've got ADHD, the speed of thought is fast, right? It's coming. Things are coming hot and heavy. Incoming. Welcome to Chat ADD. Bazing. And what these tools allow me to do is tame that chaos in some way and realize it. And it's, rather than making me less creative because it does all this work, it's making me way more creative. Like being able to take a 30-year-old screenplay and see it essentially as I saw it in my head when I wrote it, and like see the images brought to life, like, is totally invigorating to me. I'm like, I want to do that with all my screenplays. I've got 7 screenplays in a one-man show. Like, what am I going to do with that? Like, am I in that business anymore? No, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe I am now. My ability to make these films is probably a year away. Like, not make them like I'll get together a camera and I'll get some friends and we'll go to Gig Harbor and shoot a movie. No. Like me being able to like upload a screenplay, dial in a visual style, and generate the films that I wrote are probably within a year with relative ease. That's fucking insanity. Fucking insanity. So anyway, okay. So how do it do what it do? So basically, ChatGPT now, if you're in GPT-4, there's a challenge right now, which is they're not accepting new ChatGPT-4 customers because their servers are overloaded, because what this thing does is so fucking insane that people actually started using it, and they're like, oh, we didn't realize if we made this thing spectacularly powerful, people would actually use it. So they made their first underestimation a year ago this week on November 30th, 2022, when they said, oh, here's this little tool we threw together in 2 weeks called ChatGPT. No one's probably going to use it. 6 weeks later, 100 million people were using it. And now they've got 100 million active weekly users. And then their second underestimation was Dev Day 3 weeks ago now, where they released these things called GPTs, and they released this true multimodal version of this, which I'll show you what it does. And people are using it. So if you don't have access to it, get your ass on the wait list, because they're going to be opening it back up here shortly, I would think. And like normal GPT, you can just ask it to do stuff and it'll do it. It can code, it can write, it can organize, it can plan. One of the things it's really good at is analyzing stuff. So let me go grab another screenplay. Screenplays, writing screenplays. I do Amazombies, but I'll probably get kicked off TikTok for it. And here's a big one. Can it do Microsoft Word? Let's see. Those are all the 25th. All right, here's one called Virtue. This one about a cop that gets framed for his partner's murder. And then the more he investigates the crime, the more that it points to him that did it. And it turns out that he did do it, but he has a rock solid alibi that night. Okay, so I'm going to say, hopefully it can read a Word document. I don't know if it can. I'm going to say, this is a feature-length screenplay, and I'd like you to analyze it and create a table that identifies 5 feature films and 5 novels that share thematic through lines with this screenplay, period. There should be a column for the movie or book, a column that describes what's similar about it, and a column to describe how you might improve this screenplay to further separate it from the work. All right, let's see. So now it's analyzing. So it's opening this Word document, reading the screenplay, didn't like it. Seems like there was an error. I had a feeling it might not read it due to the character encoding issue. So I'm going to try a different approach. Probably just fucked it up because it was a Word document, but we'll see. Okay, we got a check mark there, which is good. Now, when it says analyzing, what it's actually doing here, if I open that up, it's actually writing Python code to do analysis on that document. The attempt to read the screenplay with the detected encoding still resulted in an error. Let me try a different thing. We're going to go binary mode. I think I might need to put a text version of this in there. Yeah, put it in a supported format. That screenplay is so old that it's probably... Do I have text files here anywhere? Hang on. All right, there's a PDF of it. Okay, fine. This is one before we rewrote it, but that's okay. Try this PDF. I've never been artistic my whole life. I love DALL-E 3. DALL-E, it's so much fun. One of the things that I'm seeing, Steve-O, is so many people discovering the creative side of themselves because they never had the talent, either with writing or with art or with music or with whatever, that are absolutely having a fucking blast. And what's fascinating is the skills that they've developed in their life that have made them successful in what they're doing. They can kind of apply those to AI and get very different results than other people and be very successful at it. So it's wild. Okay. So what's it say here? The screenplay titled Virtue by Kyle Shannon and Brian Dykstra has been successfully accessed. Now that I have the text, I'll analyze the themes and content based on the excerpts. The key themes: science and technology, the opening scene with a complex molecule and a space station-like structure suggests a strong focus on science, possibly biotechnology or molecular science. Virtue stands for Virally Integrated Reality Transceiving Unified Enzyme. How's that for remembering what my acronym of my screenplay means? Mystery and investigation, psychological and physical struggle. So feature films: Inception 2010, Minority Report 2002, The Matrix 1999, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind 2004, and Blade Runner. Novels: Neuromancer by William Gibson, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick, Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. So that's wild, right? And then I could say, so now that it kind of knows this story, I could say, tell me what you feel are the 3 most important moments in the film from a plot standpoint, and 3 more from a visual standpoint. Introduction of the central technology or phenomenon. Major turning point involving the main character, Lenny Dwyer. And the climax of the final showdown. Initial visualization of the technology, so I got that one twice. The scene of intense, a scene of, so wait. All right, so now I'm going to say, please create a visual from each of those moments in a photographic cinematic style with a gritty retro futuristic aesthetic that could look like today, but feels like tomorrow. And so notice I'm not having to prompt. So if you've been watching this for a while tonight and you watched me over on Midjourney, I have to know code and I have to know how to hit /imagine and da-da-da-da-da. With DALL-E 3, because you're making these things inside the context of a conversation, it's doing all the prompting. It's prompting these images. So what I did was I said, read my movie, tell me what you think's the cool shit in it, describe it, and now I just said, make that shit. Now, I gave it a little bit of creative direction, but not much. I mean, I gave it enough so that it wouldn't be a fucking torture on the live. But I mean, it's essentially 2 sentences, right? And that's a pretty slick little self-assembling molecular brainstem transceiving molecule, the virtue molecule. There's Lenny having a bad day. So those were the key moments from the screenplay. These images visually. Let me see the key plot scenes. But I mean, you know, actually, maybe we should do it. Maybe we should take that thing over to Runway and animate it. Maybe I don't know if, actually, let's do that because, all right, there's a DALL-E thing. Because I don't know if I have access to Motion Brush, but if I do, like this would be a perfect scene to just draw this molecule and just have the molecule move. All right, so that's downloaded. Let's see, is this doing more images for us? Oh, they broke. What the hell happened? The images broke. Please recreate them. News posts. Hugging Face CEO listed 6 AI predictions for 2024. Ooh, that one's cool. I think that one's better than that other one. Let me download that one too. Those are cool, aren't they? I'd go see that fucking movie. I mean, I wrote it, so it's not exactly. Oh, that's cool. So the basic premise of this movie is that they recruit cops and they give them these 5 injections, and the 5 injections are these 5 different pieces of a molecule that when they inject them migrate to the base of the brain, and when the 5th one gets there, they assemble into a transceiver where they can transmit someone else's reality into that person's brain, but then use their body to do something else. So it's pretty nasty. So that's when he's in the machine. Someone's in the machine, like controlling his body, but experiencing what he's experiencing. All right. So now let's go over. Let's see. These are 6 predictions. Welcome to Chat ADD. 6 predictions from the Hugging Face CEO. A hyped AI company will go bankrupt or get acquired for a ridiculously low price. I think that's probably right. Open source LLMs will reach the level of the best closed sourced LLMs. Yes. Big breakthroughs in AI for video, time series, biology, and chemistry. That feels right to me. We will talk much more about the cost of AI, monetary and environmental. A popular media will be mostly AI generated. I think that's right. I think someone's going to generate something that will crack through the noise. And then 10 million AI builders on Hugging Face, leading to no increase of unemployment. Well, that's just marketing his little platform there. But you're going to have millions of people making GPTs. We haven't even talked about GPTs yet, where you can make sophisticated applications without knowing how to do shit. All right, let's go to Runway. So I'm going to go to runwayml.com. And I'm going to log in. Start with image. Motion brush. Holy crap, I've got it. Yay! We got it. We got it, people. Can you see my screen? Because I can barely see my screen. Okay, so we're going to upload a file. That's cool. Why is there a spaceship next to my molecule? I don't want a spaceship next to my molecule, people. That's better. This is better. That one's sexier, but I don't want a spaceship next to it. And what's this stupid little like audio mixer here? that seems like a sad, pathetic thing to be controlling something that impressive. We're gonna go with this one. Okay, let's see. We're gonna say open. Where's my mouse? Okay. All right, there it is. We're going to go motion brush. Tap anywhere to begin. Can I change the... Learn how to use motion brush. Horizontal proximity. Well, I'm just going to draw this thing. I'm going to go hit all these little buttons. So if you see what I'm doing, so I clicked motion brush. So what this is telling this thing is the shit that I'm drawing, I want to move. The other shit I don't. Now this thing looks like a thing that's going to manipulate that thing. So I'm going to draw this in there too. And then let's do the lights. All right. And then what do I do? Save? Do I do that? Okay. So we're going to go horizontal a little. We're going to zoom in a little. We'll go up a little. All right, save. All right, so motion brush is in there. Let's just do that. All right, generate. All right, we're making movies, people. We're making movies. But Kyle, it looks janky. That's never going to be like Hollywood. I work in Hollywood special effects. These things are like little children's toys, Kyle. Kyle, why is this so stupid? Kyle, you know you're a dum-dum, right? What are your qualifications? Have you ever made a movie? You didn't get any of those movies produced? I didn't think so. Your qualifications are nil. They're invalid. I don't understand even why you're here. How did you get a TikTok channel? They just let you have one? They let old people have TikTok channels? The hell are they doing? Good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. Yeah, you're never going to make it in Hollywood. What do you mean you don't want to go to Hollywood? You're going to make it from Denver? From your office? On a TikTok? You can't make movies like that, Kyle. I told you there's a whole way to do it. That movie you wrote there, it's a $300 million movie. You're going to make it for what? $27 in monthly subscriptions? What? And this scene brought to you by Runway ML. All right, let's see. One of my problems with Runway ML is I'm kind of really shitty at it. So let's see if motion brush helped me get any better. Yes. Oh, it's so good. Holy shit. Look, this thing's doing a little subtle movement. Ah, making movies. Yay. I know, Drew, you've been making movies. You got some animation chops going over there. All right, so now what we're gonna do, let's see. Let's go back to ChatGPT. Let's get this one. This looks like he is in a world of hurt. So let's go download this. Boom. Go back to Runway. Now that's going to save it. Are we going to extend that for 8 seconds? Yeah, we'll extend it for 4 more seconds. Is it going? Do I need to hit this again? Yeah. Oh, I think I might have extended it twice. Oh well. Did it do it? No. View latest. Oh, okay, there we go. 8 seconds. Rate this. I'm gonna give that a. Should I give that more than a 4? It's pretty fucking solid. I'm gonna give it a 5. That's pretty good. Mighty Turtles, Mighty Turtles, Mighty Turtles, and scene. May have extended another 4 seconds. Yeah, I think I did. I think I did there, Drew. You can tell. Well, this is, I didn't know I had access to Motion Brush, so now I'm all excited. Because at some point, I'm going to get access to Kriya. I know that that some folks in here have gotten access to it. That's cool. So here's the 8-second version of that. Let's go look at that. It's growing. Oh, this is so good. This is so good, people. All right, people. All right, there's that one. Okay, fine. All right, let's go make another video. How do I make another one? I guess I'll go back out here. I'll go start with the image. I'm going to go get me an image. I'm going to get me an image of that dude. That dude. I mean, tell me that doesn't look like that was shot. It's crazy. All right. And then we're going to let that upload. We're going to go camera motion, right, and zoom out, save. And then we're going to go motion brush, tap anywhere to begin, and we're going to make him writhing in pain. And then we'll get this dude in the back doing some motion. Maybe he'll look over. Maybe, do we want the wires to move? I think we do. Okay. I think that's it. And then we want it to go down. And I guess zoom out. And maybe we'll go right toward that other dude and we'll say save. All right. We're making movies. We're making movies. Yes, Runway ML is a subscription. All these video tools, as cool as they are not cheap. Because you figure they're making 30 frames a second, even though they're only doing 4-second clips. It's a lot of compute power to make these. So none of these things are cheap. I think I'm only paying $10 a month for Runway ML, but I only get 200 seconds a month or something like that. So it's like a minute, 3 minutes. 3 minutes and change. So if you want to do lots and lots of stuff, you have to get the more expensive subscriptions. But look at what it's doing. And again, this stuff's going to get better and better. Try text to image. If you got a lot more you could work with, it's another feature. You mean on Runway, text to video? Yeah, you can do text to video as well. But what I like about doing it within DALL-E in the context of like it writes all the particular scenes of the movie. Like I'm gonna do the Salmon Flying East trailer and record it, and I'm gonna have it generate those images, and then I'm gonna have it, make motion, and I'm gonna cut that trailer together. Maybe I'll do that over the course of a week in here. I think it might bore the shit out of people, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's see what we got here, people. All right, here we are. Womp, 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 womp. Ah! That's so cool. That is so cool. I want to be the first person to get a patent using AI. Well, I'll tell you what, Blue Age. Go to Google, go to Bard. Bard's connected to the internet. Do your patent searching using AI. And then have it identify all the prior art. Then have it come up with strategies for how to position your stuff different than the prior art. I think you could absolutely get ChatGPT to give you patent strategy. Oh, that's so cool. Look, he's melting. He's like morphing into like an animal and morphing into the desk. I don't think it was good making him move. Still though, damn. It's pretty something, people. Pretty something. All right, back to ChatGPT. All right, listen. You could come for an hour early, work on the trailer for an hour a day, and then switch over to normal. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe I'll do that because there's something about this filmmaking. I mean, I do have 7 fucking screenplays, unproduced screenplays. Why not play with this shit? Why not get myself on Runway TV? I'll get myself a fucking movie deal, people. I'll be out of here. I'll be in Hollywood. I'll be in like a limousine. Like, I'll be out there like, yeah, I used to do TikTok. Now I do real movies on my laptop. Everyone's be like, yeah, we know Kyle. He was cool for a while, and then he got a Hollywood deal, and then he became a douche. You know, he's a douche now. We don't really talk to him. We don't really like to talk about him even. He's just, he forgot all of us. I'll be irregulars. Last time I was irregular, I took a little Pepto-Bismol. It cleared it right up. I don't know what you're talking about, people. I'm a star. I'm an auteur. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I keep doing these, if I get my big Hollywood deal. You know, I'm gonna be off making Virtue right after I pick up the Academy Award for Salmon Flying East. Whatever. Like whatevs. You just kind of do it. It's just something you kind of do. All right, everybody. Let's see. Let me get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. I don't know. I don't know that did anyone get anything out of that? I kind of feel like the last couple of nights have been me just like dicking around with my shit, and I'm kind of ignoring all of you. You'd be TikTok famous, making money with ChatGPT. You're damn right. Oh, let me do one last little thing here. If you are looking for community, of people that are into this AI shit too. So this channel is kind of an extension of this community I created called the AI Salon, and this is our Mighty Networks channel. If you're interested in hanging out with people that are here, let me describe. This is how we describe ourselves. So it's a bit of a geeky group, but it's fun. A ragtag group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and miscreants who have gathered to explore the uncharted wilderness of generative AI, where everyone from entrepreneurs to educators, from healthcare workers to creatives, and everyone in between. And the go look at the About the Salon, and you'll see that there's a whole section in there. Actually, let me flip over to Mighty Networks and I'll show you. Do I have it open? I don't. aisalon.mightynetworks.com. Accept the cookies. Cookies are delicious. I love cookies. Little cookies and some nice chilled milk. It's disgusting when the milk gets warm, but all right, go to About the Salon and read what we're about, and why we're doing this and how we do what we do, and then look at our values. The values are really important to me. I want to make sure that as this community grows, we maintain these. This is what it is right now, and I don't want to lose this. So I talk about these a lot. I want people that are curious. I want people that are generous, like people that, like when you log into the community, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Tell us where you are on this AI journey. Share shit that you're learning. If you make images in here, while we're dicking around, share those on the Show and Tell channel in there. Exploration is one of our values. Collaboration, work with other people. Inclusion, like it doesn't fucking matter where anyone comes from, because everyone's trying to figure this out. And the last one's empathy. Everyone is being displaced in some way with this AI stuff. And so there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of weirdness, there's a lot of resistance. Just understand that that's going to be there. And then within the salon, there's all sorts of areas to get help. There's like a water cooler discussion. There's a Show and Tell channel. There's tools and resources. And then there's guilds. There's a 101 guild if you're just getting started. There's an art guild, a writer's circle, AI for business. Pate's got the AI mechanics guild. There's a video guild. There's healthcare. I think Mr. K and there's two other people that want to do an education guild. We'll probably spin up an education guild. So it's a really cool community. So if you're into this sort of thing, please come join us. And if you don't resonate with those values, cool, don't join. like you won't dig the people there. If you read those values and like, that sounds fucking awful, then yes, you're correct. And if you read those values and you're like, that sounds like my kind of people, then we are probably your kind of people. Can images like storyboard only be seen in 4.0? Yes. So in ChatGPT, you'll see GPT 3.5, and this is basically the GPT that launched last November. You cannot make images in it. You can't do any of the fancy shit in it, and it's not as good. But unfortunately, they've closed new subscriptions to 4. So get on the waiting list for 4. And then once you get 4, then you can do all this stuff. It's connected to the internet. It's got this thing called Code Interpreter where it does the analysis. It sees images, it draws images. Now, one thing that I didn't show today that I will, I can do this. I didn't think about this before. That's probably going to fuck up my other machine, but we'll see. Oh, I don't know how to make it not bright. That's not going to work. All right, I'll flip it around. I know, Champy. We got to go. I'll get you out there. Hang on. So in ChatGPT's iOS app, so this is iPad. Even if you've got GPT 3.5, you can put ChatGPT's iOS app, and I think their Android app, into conversation mode so you can talk with these things. Oh, wait, they got a bug. You got to fill something in first. Hang on. How can I assist you today? Okay, So I'm going to tap the little headphones. I'm trying to figure out how to take a screenplay I wrote and make $100 million in the next 3 months.
That's quite an ambitious goal. Making $100 million from a screenplay in such a short time frame is extremely challenging. But here are some steps to consider.
So experiment with that as well, because you can do that with 3.5. And having ChatGPT in conversation mode, or Pi, go download the Pi app, Pi, personal assistant. And it's a completely different mindset when you're talking to this thing in voice. Like, go on a long road trip and put ChatGPT voice mode or Pi on your Bluetooth and just have like a conversation for a whole road trip. It's insane. It's crazy. Someone just said, thanks, you inspired me now to pay a shitload of monthly fees. I know, I'm sorry. Listen, I really am trying to limit it, but there's shit out there that we should be exploring. So one piece of advice: do not save the 20% and buy any annual subscriptions. Just don't do it. Shit's changing too fast, because 3 months from now, you're going to be like, fuck, why I picked the loser. Why did I buy the annual subscription for the thing that's the loser? Robert Rossi, Kyle, thanks so much for being here. Connect Mighty Network, like suggested before. Okay, yeah, I'll do that, Robert. Let me think about that. I'll find a place to do it, and we'll start sending people to Mighty Networks, and I'll show it. Because I had that going pretty good with Discord, and I haven't quite gotten my bearings yet with Mighty Network. It's only been live. It's not even officially live right now. It's kind of soft launched. So we're launching it officially on December 5th, which is the 1 year anniversary of the salon. So you should come to that meeting as well. All right. Okay, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Are all GPTs accessible for free? No, they are not. Right now, GPTs are only accessible to other ChatGPT 4 members, ChatGPT Plus members. I have a suspicion when they launch the GPT store that they might be available to non-4 subscribers. But they might use that store to get more people to pay for ChatGPT 4, which I think is shitty, because I'm going to be teaching. My co-founder's kid is in a school for neurospicy kids, and I want all those teachers creating GPTs for the students, like personal GPTs for each student. Well, if the students don't have GPT-4 and they can't use it, that's pretty fucking shitty. So I'm hoping that they kind of make play-only versions of the GPTs that non-subscribers can use. But we'll see. I don't know. I do not know, people. I am as clueless as you are on what's going on with all this happy horse shit. Let's see. Let's go out on a nice... This one from Ted, this lovely little futuristic house of the future. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. I will see you tomorrow night. Let's see. Ride or Die, good to see you. Thelonious, Tobias, Share Bear, Cam Catkin from Cleveland. How you doing, Cam? I hope everything's good with you. Steve-O, peace out, buddy. Tobias, Robert Rossi, thank you as always. Thank you for the roses, digital gods. That means a lot. The support means a lot. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe to it. You can also buy the series, the Underhyped series. I don't even know what it's fucking called because I just made it a week ago. The Underhyped series. If you want to support the channel, feel free to buy that. U.S. spy agencies have warned about the Emirati firm G42 and its work with large Chinese companies. Okay. There was also some big-ass rumor OpenAI was doing some nefarious shit with a Chinese company, so that'll be interesting to see if that plays out. Who else we got here tonight? I think I got everyone. Clint Copperhead, JRC, Daily Crunch. Good to see you all. Who else? Ashu, you've been here a lot. Emilio's wife, I was on tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Great to have you. Great to see you. All right, everybody. Dr. J, peace out. All right, cool. I appreciate you all a lot. Go dick around with this stuff. Get curious and come back tomorrow night. I'll see you tomorrow.